And we're back on Chicano Tube. Don't forget to do that big three. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, you got to hit the all that way you're notified every single time we go live, whether it be the Wednesday night open talk, which we have great discussions. The phone lines are open on Wednesday night. That way you guys can chime in. And it was a great conversation. And so I'm making this video. I'm going to keep it probably under 10 minutes long. I'm going to give you my honest assessments. I haven't been in the movies in a long time. Let me just tell you, I didn't even know that they were going to have recliners there like Lazy Boys with electronic feet that kick up, little trays that fold up. I guess I haven't been to the movies in a long time. So I'm going to give you my honest assessment of the movie Sound of Freedom. Let me get to some formalities. Primeramente, gracias to all the day wonders been rocking with me, pushing the message of Chicano Tube. We're taking it from YouTube, coast to coast, nationwide, and then international as far as the Chicano voice can go. So I highly appreciate you guys hitting that like, commenting, and hitting the share button, letting everyone know on your smartphone, if it's linked to your IG and Facebook, what channel and what conversations you're listening into. So I highly appreciate that, and hit those buttons and spread the word out there. And then gracias to all the day oneers and the members only, the backbone of the pinche community. There's a blue join button right there under the YouTube name and under the banner on the main channel page. That's the members only. That's just for exclusive access, and also some old tales and other things. Whatever content they come up with is what they get, because that's the members only. There's only one access tier. It's something 99, and we have a good old time in the members only. So gracias to all the members only. And let's go ahead and get into what this video is about. So Saturday, about 12:30, we went to go see in Salinas the movie Sound of Freedom. I'm going to give you my raw, uncut assessment right here. Pinche Chicano, Cisco and Ebert comiendo palomitas. And I did buy some palomitas, but I didn't know that. I guess they were like the caramel coated ones. Chingado. And I put un chingo de butter, but it was what it was, right? I had some toffee, palomitas, and a Coke. Went over there to the movie, ran a little bit late, but we made it there. I'm glad they don't start the movie really at the because Mexicans, a lot of us were on Mexican time, let's just admit it, and we got there about 20 minutes late. Chingado. But we were able to get there, get some seats, and the wife is the one that got the seats. She got some good seats, being on that. I think it was one of the top rows, and it was like a straight shot looking at the movie, right? So I'm hoping this is not a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, I won't try to go into each and every single detail, but if you want an honest review, and I'm going to hit some of the main points on it, then go ahead and tune in. I don't want to burst your bubble. If you haven't already seen the movie, it's a great, great movie. So I sit down, boom, opening scene comes up, chingado. It looks like it's zooming in. For sure, it's a camera like on a crane or a jib, and the jib is coming in, and the girl's playing la tambora. And there's this fun. It's this very, almost like a tropical kind of a rhythmic tambora, and she's hitting it, and this little rhythm, of course, it's a catchy little rhythm as she's hitting it. And you don't know how the story is going to develop, but boom, all of a sudden the story develops into it's about her family. And her family consisted of, I didn't see a mom, I didn't see a mother. All I saw was a baby brother, and all I saw was a dad. And that opening scene with the parents is something that's going to compel you. It's something that's going to draw you. It's something that I believe it was meant to be in the beginning because of its impact, to where the dad gets confronted in order to for the daughter and the son to be models inside of a magazine, inside of a something. He's in a third world country. I think he's in Honduras. He's in Central America, somewhere over there, or South America. And basically he takes it over. He takes his kids over to his modeling agency. They tell him, you know what, return at 7 o'clock at night. And when he returns at 7 o'clock at night, there was no one there, no one to answer the door, and his children weren't there. You just imagine the scene. Imagine the dad, great actor. I've seen him before already. I can't remember. He's been in movies, mostly B-rolls inside of a movies. I don't think he's had a leading role, but he's been in movies, that guy. And imagine his panic. That's going to grip you. That's going to captivate you. It's going to bring your emotions out immediately into the story. Then you go into the story. Okay, now Tim Ballard, obviously, the whole movie is surrounded. It's based off a real life event. This story actually happened. So if the story actually happened, this dude Tim Ballard, such a badass, right, working for the U.S. government in this task force, where it seemed like his supervisor really just wanted to open cases, close cases, A to B. I understand the by the book. I understand all of that ethics. I understand all protocols, everything like that, right? But this dude right here, he seemed like he was really moved. Like, really, like, o sea, it seemed like he brought his work home with him. Like, his work was bearing on his mind when he would get home. It looked like it could have been unhealthy in his relationship, to be completely frank with you, because a lot of men, we won't really want to bring home what's going on to the casa. Most guys, not everyone, right? Some guys are platicadores también and chismosas and all that, but most guys, we're just a little bit more down to earth and easy, and we have shut off switches, and we're just easy to shut off work, and here we go with the familia, and it is what it is, right? But this guy is like telling his wife que pasó esto, que pasó eso, and so he's really kind of bringing that energy into the household. I was thinking, ooh, that might not end well as the movie goes on. Maybe there's, the separation there, because some people just get so consumed in su pinche trabajo that's what happens. That's just reality of it. But it didn't happen on this one. And so he goes all the way in to the point where there's the brother and the sister, which is the central focus of the movie. They get separated. Man, that last hug when they're on a pinchy trailer and they already know the jig is up and got bamboozled. They've been crying for hours. All they know is they got on a boat. And this is the reality. This is what happens. You don't even know where they're going to end up. They can end up in Thailand, in Russia, stay in South America. It's crazy. And the way these news stations are downplaying it really blows my mind. The last hug that she gave him, basically knowing that that's the little brother right there, right? The last hug he gave him, it was like she knew, even though she was maybe just a year or two older than him, that she wasn't going to see her brother again. That the shit that they're going through right now, it's some shit. And children being that young, they get traumatized, and youth still plays a part in it, because these children have to grow up. They still have the rest of their lives to live and to process this data and to deal with this trauma and scars and everything else that they have to deal with. That scene right there got me. I knew what that little girl felt. Like, me estoy mirando mi hermanito probablemente for the last time. That's a trip. That was a trip. And it looked like it was going to be that, okay? Because the hermanito went with one fucking weirdo, and then the hermana went with another weirdo. This guy was relentless. He basically had to push his supervisor. It looked like he had to push him to even get him to go to a country where the girl was, but it was going to be, you got a $10,000 budget, you got a week, blah, blah, blah. You have no military support. You have no tactical support. You have a contact over there in like Colombia, but that's it. And as far as they go, that's on them. You have nada. And that's how they were doing him, because he was taking his work above and beyond. O sea, it was almost personal to him. When there was a case, the dad was crying to him because, when the son was able to be found, when they got the son, the daughter was the last part of the movie where they were still focusing on and looking to get the daughter. The daughter, which is the sister. And the dad gave him some speech that was like, imagine you coming home and knowing one of your beds, one of your children was missing from one of their beds, or one of the beds was made. He said something like that. One of the beds was made. And someone missing. What would you do? How would you be? He hit that guy so close that week came up. He was about halfway accomplished to what it needed to, but he quit his job. He called and the supervisor was like, you only have 10 months left to pension up. You do know that and understand that. And the guy said, yes. Basically, at this point, is choose to do God's work, choose to do the right thing, or you can't live with himself. He wasn't going to be able to live with himself. He went up. When he went inside that area, it was like a rebel mountain area. So if it was rebels, that means these guys were anti-government, whatever the government was cooking, whatever the government had up its sleeve, whatever the government was selling, they weren't buying it. So that means there was rebels, okay, contrary to the government. They're in this section that the pinchy guy from Colombia says, as far as I go, is this river. As this river belongs to the rebels, as well as this whole pinchy mountainside in this area that you want to go look at. When he told him, this is as far as I go, he even tried to give him a cuete. And when he tried to give him the cuete, he was like, no, I can't take that. But he knew. He said, wait a second. The only chance I have of pulling this off, I can't have no firearms. I can't have no cuetes. I have to look like es un pinche doctor haciendo un jale de doctores. Something like that. That was crazy. When he takes off in a boat, and him and his partner, they were both going to risk their lives. Him and some other dude. And the other guy's story on why he dedicated his life strictly to this is also crazy. He looks like a dude that just le gusta pistear. I don't even know. He's not like a famous actor. His sidekick. Anyways, but he looks older than him for sure. They were both going into the belly of the beast, and I was like, no way. This is when it gets really good. I'm thinking this is some Rambo kind of shit. I don't think he's going to come back. These guys have like, fuck, these are balls of steel. It's like, go in. It's almost like if they weren't doing it, they weren't going to be able to live with themselves. That's how it looked. It was that crazy. They go in there, pull off this mission of a lifetime, meet one of the sickest fucking dudes, who's controlling territory out there. Looks like a cartel dude. He looks like a cartel guy. And they only let one of them go. They pulled up to them with guns. And he pulled off this incredible mission. You could write a book about it, or I guess in this instance, do a movie about it, base it around this whole thing. But the whole thing is about the children. The whole point, even in his message in the end, he gave a short message. He's saying, you know what? We need you guys to spread the word. They probably seen all the obstacles that this movie was going to bring. Obstacles like they were faking that the movie was sold out. It wasn't sold out. Faking tickets weren't available. There was tickets available. Faking they didn't get the movie in time. I seen a couple videos. Oh, it didn't get downloaded correctly. Here's your refunds, giving refunds out. Whatever it is they can do, believe me, these strong-arm individuals, there's some individuals, powers that be, we'll be talking about them. We'll be talking about the one percenters, the elite, and a lot more. The powers that be that will do anything at all costs to get their agenda. And most of the time they already have, there's nothing new. They already have a history of strong-arming people. That means if you don't believe what they believe, hell or high water, you're wrong. And they got a list of names, what they can call you if you don't believe what they believe or what the group believes. It was a Muhammad Ali meme. I posted it on my IG. He says, some people run in packs because they're scared to be alone. And I run alone because I'm scared to be in packs. I don't need too many ideas floating around. I need to do my research and figure it out on my own. I appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Chicano Tube, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Many more videos coming soon. The Wednesday night open talk is 7 p.m. Spread the word. Hit that share button. I really do hope you like this brief, but hopefully a little bit concise movie review of Sound of Freedom. The movie gets 5 stars. It gets the highest rating. Great cinematography. Jim Caviezel kicked it off, and just held it down. And this other actor from Colombia, I think he was a billionaire that was one of the ones that funded the whole thing. He's a guy in a tuxedo, something like that. Debonair, good-looking dude. He's one of the ones that funded this movie behind the scenes because he ain't with the bullshit. He don't care how much Hollywood offers money. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And if I'm in any political party, it's in that party. It's in the Chicano party, and our slogan is what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I'll see you guys on the next video, but remember what I always say, in the end, all you got is the memories.